With so many cordless tire inflators sold on Amazon, I decided to put this one through a performance test to see how well it actually works. When I bought this small portable tire inflator so that I wouldn't have to drive to a gas station and sometimes wait in line to pay $2 for a few minutes of time to inflate a tire, I was so proud of this great find that I had made a YouTube video to show it off. Well, that was almost 2 years ago, and since then, technology has advanced to the point that we can get a tire inflator or air pump that is even smaller but more powerful to inflate faster, and it's even more convenient to use. With my old tire inflator, I had to deal with the long cord to power it. You have to be sure that the cord is connected to the DC outlet in the front of the car and have the car running. This new one is cordless. You just charge the lithium battery using a Type-C cable. Air hose comes separately, and you attach it by lining it up into the hole and turning clockwise until it clicks into place. You can detach the air hose simply by turning it counterclockwise and pulling it out. This tire inflator also comes with a long DC plug-in cord. Now, before you start inflating your tires, you need to find out what the tire pressure should be. That information can be found on the sticker next to the driver's side seat. For my car, the front tire pressure needs to be 36 psi and the rear tire pressure needs to be 41 psi. Turn on the power by pressing on the start button for at least 3 seconds. The default setting for tire pressure is 35 psi. Clicking on the M button lets you change the mode for different applications, such as for motorcycle tires, bicycle tires, basketball mode, custom mode, and back to car mode. And I'm going to increase the target pressure to 40 psi by pressing on the plus sign button. The U button lets you see the pressure displayed in different units. PSI is the standard unit for tire air pressure in the US. The air hose can be connected directly to the tire valve stem without any adapters. You just screw on the tip to the valve stem. When I turn on the tire inflator, I can see that the current tire pressure is 32.5 psi, while the target pressure is at 40 psi, because that's what I set it to. By the way, the screen looks fine in person. The numbers on the display look like they're blinking on video due to a camera shutter speed mismatch caused by the bright sunlight. There's nothing wrong with the display. Now I'm going to time how long it takes for the pressure to go from 32.5 to 40 psi. I quickly press the start button again to get the air pumping out. That took about 80 seconds. As the label indicates, the hose got hot to touch, but I'm not too concerned about it. It cooled down pretty soon after I turned the inflator off. So this tire inflator performed well for a car this size, or for tires for a car this size. In this video segment taken inside my garage with no sunlight, the pressure reading numbers are not blinking. I had closed the garage door, which I wouldn't have been able to do if I had to leave the car on to use the tire inflator. I like this convenience of being able to do this in my garage with the door closed. I do a lot of things in my garage with the door closed because I don't want my neighbors to come up and interrupt me while I'm working, because sometimes I use dangerous power tools like a table saw. I actually had to bring the car inside because in the middle of my shooting this video, it started raining. Anyway, this AUTOONE brand tire inflator worked really well, and you saw exactly how long it took to inflate one of my tires. I actually inflated all of my tires, and there was plenty of battery life left. These cordless tire inflators are really convenient, but I'm going to leave it up to you to decide for yourself whether it's worth the splurge.